What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. LexxExpress checking in with episode 5 in the WWE 2k23 discussion series, where I'm pretty much creating my own wish list and things that I want to see different in the brand new WWE 2k23. List some of the things you want to see down below. Subscribe to the channel for all things WWE 2k23, as well as WWE and AEW in general. We're going to be playing all the wrestling games coming this year and the following, plus talking about tons of wrestling on the channel. Let's get it, man. All right, so for MyFACTION, MyFACTIon. So much potential. Could have been a lot better than what it was. It's a fun mode. If you play it to your liking, it can get frustrating a little bit. And you know what? I didn't put a dime into it. This is for them to get you to spend money, buy the in-game currency, and rip packs in the store, go to the pack market, start collecting. But there was no real incentive. There was just nothing that pushed me to want to rip these packs beyond the, regular grind. And they did do weekly towers and the proving grounds. And there's little molds here and there that would maybe want to get you to grind. But for me, when I was looking at this mode, the thing that intrigued me the most was the faction wars, which it only took what, 500 wins to get all the rewards. I thought they were going to expand on that. I thought they would have added, 700, 800, 100, but they never did. They just kept it at 500 throughout the year. And then the weekly towers, yes, it gets updated and it's okay, but they just didn't really update this mode as well as they do with their, My Team series in NBA 2K or some of the other sports titles out there like MLB, NFL, FIFA, NHL, so on and so forth. So the whole point of this mode is for you to, build a nice collection, right? And for you to ultimately put a team together, a faction. And I thought, wow, this is what I've always wanted. I want to do what they do in My Team, the fantasy team building, but in WWE. How would that work? And it didn't work so well. Why? Because they didn't do an auction house. There's no real marketplace to trade cards with friends. There's no online support on here. So I don't know. They're just the motive was just not there for me. Now they do have collector levels and a couple cool things that I enjoyed, like evolution cards and changing your team management and trying to get diamonds. That's what I enjoy in the fantasy team building in other sports titles. But when it came to WWE, it just it just fell flat, right? There just wasn't enough motivation and depth for me to even dive deep into this mode and thoroughly enjoy it. Yes, they did weekly challenges, daily challenges, or it wasn't as expanded as I would have hoped for. And that's kind of the theme with 2K22. But in 2K23, they could build on this same mode by adding the auction house, like I mentioned, a marketplace where you trade with people in the community, lobbies within this mode to use your faction cards online in tag team, in 3v3s, do a co-op add-on here too. There's just so many possibilities where this mode can be a money maker for them. And people may end up enjoying it after all. If you add the ability to play with others and to trade with others. Playing this mode by yourself can only take you so far. And that's why I feel like this fell flat early on. Once I was done with Faction Wars, I felt super accomplished. I felt complete. I didn't feel the need to really get anything else. And let's talk about this store and the token market. Token market was not updated. And yeah, I didn't continue because I was like, why am I going to keep going if I already have some of these other cards? And that's the thing. The motivation was just not there. And I know some people out there, from what I've read online, there's There's a small group of people out there that really enjoyed this mode, and that's okay because I did too. But I think that it's not just enjoying the mode at this point. I think it's I want to love this mode and come back to it on a daily or even weekly basis, hopefully. But with all the potential in the world, it just didn't really get nowhere for me. They finally started adding diamonds a little too late. They finally started giving us, better artwork a little too late. They started giving us different versions of these characters a little too late. It made me feel like the characters that were locked within my faction should have been unlocked in the game in general, but they wanted to lock it to my faction to get you to play the mode, and it just didn't work. So when it comes down to the nitty gritty, should they bring back my faction in 2K23? Yes, but stop being money hungry. Okay, I'm not saying don't add the packs to purchase with in-game currency. I'm saying create a level playing field. Create a multiplayer environment. Create something that we can all truly enjoy with the fantasy element. Not just throw it out there so we could rip packs and play something that's really lacking motivation. That's the best way I could sum it up. If you guys have any suggestions for my faction or any other mode, I've mentioned this in my previous few videos. We're going to be making an epic wish list video where we're just going to sit and dissect everything that we've broken down leading up to launch. All right? So I'll see you real soon with some more 2K23 news. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.